The matter chop hot.
Assembly Diloto. Hey! Aye!
Before recording this particular episode, there are lots of things that are flying online. In fact, the number of contents that I have on my desk just to serve you is enormous because looks like the weekend has been very, 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 very long from Ghana to Nigeria. I have one even in the US with Nicki Minaj and all that. And this is a platform that you need to subscribe if you have not, and also share this particular platform or content with other people so they can also enjoy what you are also enjoying on this platform. My name is Roland. This is Roland's Report. And you know, when I sit like this, then it is juicy stuff that I'm about to hit you. And I always do this with you. It is a two-way street. So don't forget to share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Let me know what you think about whatever I'm going to discuss on this platform today. So, Albert Nathide, that is the name he uses on social media, but popularly known as Bongo Ideas. Not long ago, for the past weeks, he has been in the news of when an alleged, or to him, he termed them as alleged policemen who attacked him, came to kidnap him or took him from his house, tortured him, did everything to him or whatever. At least there were some interviews granted by a supposed cousin of his or a supposed niece of his on our platforms or on the airwaves of where she narrated the ordeal that Bongo Ideas went through. Out of those speculations and all that, some were, okay, it was true, some it wasn't true. So out of that, so many people were wondering why the loudmouth Bongo Ideas has still not come out to speak on what actually happened to him. Right after some few days later, when reports came in that when he was released, he was picked up again by the police because as at that time, he made, or some of his people made mention of the fact that the people that came to pick him up in the house were police officers or members of the security service, of which the National Security and the Ghana Police Service both released statements of not knowing or having a hand in his pickup as at that time. Right after that, I think he was also invited to the police station to assist in investigation, of which he even stated that he has made an official report to the Sotium police station over whatever happened to him. After that, so many people have been waiting for this guy to come on social media, as he usually does, to narrate whatever he went through, of which so many people did not get the chance. So, yes, on social media, some people will be creating accounts, Facebook accounts in your name and be writing stuff. And one of them that happened was Bongo Ideas. One of them that happened was Bongo Ideas. So out of that, he came to speak. Like out of that, before we realized, Bongo Ideas had been granted interview on DW Africa, a world international media platform, that he narrated his ordeal to them. And according to him, it was out of the fact that he made certain comments about the president of Ghana, of which landed him into that quote-unquote trouble. So he narrated his ordeal to DW TV, of which a snippet popped up and went viral online. And so many people, while some people were sympathizing with him that, even though probably some of the things that he did may not be good, they think that he should have been taken through the right channel. Others are also of the view that, yes, he's gotten what he deserved, and they think this was just the right time for him to face some of these things. Let's go take a quick look at the narration that he gave to DW Africa. Then when we come, he has given us a full detail, a complete detail of what he went through, and he titled this as, "This is what I went through." But before we enter into that particular story, let's enter into what he told the DW Africa. Then we come back, we have a discussion.
Some Ghanaians will always come for President Nana Akufo-Addo whenever he posts something on X. Even a simple birthday wish to his wife will draw a few snarky comments about his leadership. President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa is even worse off. Anything he posts on social media or says in public leads to instant and relentlessly brutal blowback and often ridicule. This routine inflow of insults never provokes a public reaction from the two veteran leaders. However, William Ruto, who is still quite new to Kenya's presidency, but has already become a target for jeering and heckling, both online and IRL, it's clear that he will not tolerate any disrespect.
No politician of whatever stature is allowed to use violence, goons, and other criminals to harass, intimidate, or incite the public against each other.
What drives young Africans to respond to their leaders with sharp and bitter sarcasm or blatant and rude contempt? And can it get them anywhere? Welcome to the flip side.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired.
Why would anyone want to troll their president online or heckle them in public?
Because most of these African leaders are just nonchalant, right? They are living in a different world. So that is why most African youth are using social media as a tool to vent their anger and let these leaders know what is really happening, call them out.
In my opinion, the decline in democracy has really contributed to why we're here today.
But should young African netizens not worry about repercussions?
So on 14th March 2024, around 3 a.m., some men masquerading as police officers broke into my room, dragged me out. I was threatened to be killed, where pistols were pointed to my head, and I was told to say my last prayers, right? So they beat me up and they warned me not to speak about the president.
Controlling an African president on X, TikTok, or Facebook, and flooding the cybersphere with memes that make them look absolutely foolish, even make a difference?
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me.
That's Nigeria's president. Meanwhile, over in South Africa, any politician is fair game.
Like, did it go, John, sprinkle some black words into your speech there so that the black people know that we want them to vote for us?
Oh, but Helen, I don't know any black words.
Now, venting on social media aside, are there other avenues that the average young African can take to be truly heard by their leaders?
An approach that will be much more sustainable is one where it's peaceful, one, but secondly, more effective, efficient by coming together, sitting down in a civil way and finding ways that make sense for us to coexist.
And that's the flip side.
Right after granting this particular interview, of course, broadcaster and journalist Olele Salvador, Deep Throat Source, also came to report this particular post, and he made on social media. But then, in a new twist, Olele Salvador also had a problem with the fact that Bongo Ideas was interviewed on that particular platform, and he feels the guy was not fit for the purpose of which they were making that particular documentary. According to him, the guy is a cyberbully, and rather, the direction of which this particular case is being taken to is one that is making him look good. So this is what he posted on his social media page. So he posted a video or the snippets of the interview that Bongo Ideas granted the DW News. And he captioned it like this: Bongo Ideas speaks to DW News. And this is a quote: "Some men masquerading as police officers broke into my room, dragged me out. I was threatened to be killed where pistols were pointed to my head, and I was told to say my last prayers." This is words or a quote coming from Bongo Ideas. Then Olele Salvador now added his own view to it, and he said, "DW News, the individual does not match the theme of your documentary. He is not only a troll, he is an egotistical cyberbully. His example is way off the alignment of your agenda and purpose in this video. SMH." And that is what Olele Salvador also told the DW News in connection with the interview that they granted Bongo Ideas. Now, like I said, we're going to enter straight into the ordeal, the real story or a detailed story of what actually happened to Bongo Ideas. And he came out to narrate this particular story. In the space already, people are having doubts. Right after him making this particular post, people are having doubts because aside that, before this particular post, so many people were asking, why has Bongo Ideas not come out to speak? Why has he not come out to actually narrate whatever happened to him? Because everybody thinks that Bongo Ideas there. Even people's stories, he has details of it. How much more his own stories? And lo and behold, we woke up and on his Instagram account, he made this particular post. It is a screenshot of some of the things that he typed in his notepad, of which he has made. And this is how he titled it. This is what I went through. So I start to read. So in between, you can also share your views and comments. It is going to be a little lengthy, but bear with me. You will be right through it in no time. This is what I went through. On the dawn of Thursday, March 14, 2024, around 2-3 a.m., while I was just dozing off in my couch, a group of suspected police officials invaded my home. Immediately, the entire household and some tenants in the house woke up to ask their mission. They blatantly refused to answer them and moved straight to my door to break in. They banged in the first door thunderously and eventually broke it open with full combat force. I woke up abruptly to check what was happening. Then I was hit in the face so hard, pinched to the floor, knees on my back and neck like George Floyd, and I was cuffed. I asked what my crime was, and the reply I received was 3 heavy slaps from the supposed officers who were brandishing a rifle and pistols. They dragged me back into my room, ransacked it hurriedly, and then took my iPhone 12 Pro Max, MacBook Pro 2020 M1, and my MTN TurboNet router, ITEL YAM phone, and all the IDs including my Ghana card, Visa card, Voters ID, NHIA card. All my charges were also taken. In a Rambo style, I was dragged like a wanted fugitive into a minivan that looked like a police vehicle with no number plate. So I continue to read. It says, when the household requested for which station they were taking me to, they reluctantly said Central. Further questions from the fear-stricken crowd were ignored. Immediately, I was pushed into the vehicle. I was blindfolded and a cover was put over my head. Then I was subjected to severe physical abuse by these men, who revealed to men, sadly, that they weren't sanctioned police officers. One of them said, verbatim, "You are very stupid for insulting my mother and you pay for it with your life. When you look at me, do I look like an ordinary police officer?" I mustered courage and asked who his mother was. He went berserk and reacted instantly by slapping me on the face multiple times and hitting me in my abdomen. I let out a yelp of pain. The car traveled for a while and a call came purportedly asking them to take a detour. I was then told that they were taking me to a river, put bullets in my head and dump me. One of the men said, "Let's just finish him off here and dump his body into the water. Nobody would even notice." I was told to say my final words as they pointed the erected pistol to my head. I went blank. After the men paced up and down for a while, contemplating on what to do with me when I am eventually rendered lifeless, they somehow decided to put me back into the car. After hours of being cuffed at the back, the metal started eating into my flesh and I was feeling excruciating pain. I asked that the cuffs be made more flexible, and that they should take me to the law court and charge me if I had committed any crime. Nobody was present to answer me. I realized, due to the bad stench in the room, I threw up a couple of times. I could not sit nor stand. I leaned. I was sweating profusely with my face swollen like a thief who had been subjected to mob violence. I laid on my side in that cold room for more than 8 hours. I only heard distant chatter and approaching footsteps. Nobody said anything to me or told me why I was there. At a point, I feared for my life considering the fact that I was cuffed, powerless, bundled into a room and blindfolded, and didn't know if I were a sacrificial lamb being taken to the slaughterhouse. Later on, I was picked up like a log and put in another vehicle. This vehicle drove for a short while, and then I was given a new set of individuals. These individuals dragged me by the collar of my shirt and pushed me into their car. A new cover was put over my blindfolded face, which it made it difficult for me to catch some breath. I suffocated silently. They said to me that they would be taking me to the northern region where I would be killed and be buried silently without a trace. One said in P, we will add you to the accident victims and bury you in mercy. I was then transported to an unknown location where I was carelessly pushed up by a flight of stairs while still blindfolded and in cuffs. I hit my head against the pillar several times. One of the men said in P, Commander, we have brought him. The commander asked me to kneel and reveal my passwords. I refused, and once again I received blows to my face, kicks to my tummy, and slaps to my back. I finally succumbed. I asked that my items be given back to me after they were done with the search because I have nothing incriminating on them. The reply I sharply got was whether I wanted my items back or I wanted my life back, and I said both. Subsequently, I was taken out and down and then put into a different car, other than the van that brought me. I was taken to another unknown location, still in cuffs and blindfolded. After some minutes of a rough ride, I was given another set of unknown individuals who took me to a room and locked me up. A day after, I went to Sotium police station to file a report and to write a statement. My family had already done that after visiting all the police stations and not finding me the day before. I was subsequently admitted to the hospital. The police are currently investigating the incident, so I would like to keep the details thereof from the public. All the logins to my social media handles have been compromised and changed. The passwords to my iCloud, Google, and Twitter accounts have been altered, so I can't log in. Also, I had to get a police extract in order to get a Ghana card replacement, so to get my SIM card back, which ultimately helped me to log in to my Instagram and Facebook account. I am working to get my Twitter and Google accounts back. In the meantime, my new Twitter handle is Bongo Ideas 247. Thanks for your kind concern as I strive to make full recovery. Back again as soon as I can. Ghana is not safe. And this is what he added to it. Albert Nathaniel Ni Okain Tete Hai. Bongo Ideas. So this is a full detail of what actually happened to Bongo Ideas according to his narration from when he was picked up even till present day, and why he has been off social media after even he was released. So I don't know what you think about this particular issue. You can share your views in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and also share this content with other people. Let them also enjoy. So many people think that Charlie, this particular story is too true to be it's too sweet to be true. Some people think Charlie Wako copy some movie script being or Bible narrative because of the articulation in there, the details and everything. Some people don't believe it. Others are also sympathizing with him. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you know about Bongo Ideas, but you can equally share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Until then, my name is Roland AMARTEY. Don't forget to subscribe like I always say. Tell people about Roland's report. And hey, on the subsequent episode, I have some juicy stuff for you. So stay and stay. Till then, stay safe. Bye-bye.